welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be doing stuffed beef roll. And we're going to start out with a cup of onion, a cup of onions, but we're going to use carrots. No, we're going to have a cup of carrots diced up kind of small. This is what you're making your stuffing with. And now the recipe, make it your own, doesn't call for celery. My husband loves celery. So we're going to use about 1/4 of a cup, maybe a handful of celery in it. Okay? And then, while that's coming together, I'm going to be using, it says a cup, but you can, use whatever you and your family desires. This is one of those recipes I love because you can make it your own and do it very easily. So I'm going to be dicing up my potatoes. Got that right, didn't I? So we're going to just put all this in the skillet and let it get tender, about halfway done maybe. And that's what we're going to use for our stuffing in our beef rolls. I don't know, maybe some of you have made this before. It's been a while since I have, but it's really good. I was kind of burnt out on turkey for a while and chicken, so I thought I'd do some beef. My husband would prefer beef. He loves beef. But he tolerates all the chicken too. Almost has to or he'll starve. Okay. I don't think I'm going to need that whole potato in there. Well, I'm going to put it in there. I should have checked it before I peeled 3 of them. It'll work out. I'll use it as my extra. Just dice it up kind of small. I don't know about where you're at. Boy, it's cold here today. I don't know if we're going to get over 21 or not. And I put 2 tablespoons of butter in my skillet before I started. So that's what we're kind of simmering it in, is the butter. And if that, for some reason, doesn't work real good, we may have to add a little bit more. So if I do, I'll either add a little butter or a little bit of water. You can add either. Now the onion is optional. You don't have to use it. Some people don't like onion. My daughter doesn't care for it. So, we love it, so I'm using it. So I guess she won't get any of this meal. It looks like it's about 1/4 of a cup. But this is one of those meals you can make your own. Smells good already. That smells so good. And then I'm going to add in my dill. And I'm adding a little garlic salt. This is real garlic. Okay. I might add just about 3 ounces of, no, it's about 2 ounces of water to it. Turn my burner down a little bit. Now this is one of those recipes that you can do on top of the stove the whole time, simmer it and everything on top, or you can put it in the oven. I choose to put it in the oven because otherwise I have to stand there and watch it for, I think it's an hour. Stir it and watch it for an hour. So I prefer putting it in the oven. Now I'm using round steak. I had my butcher cube it for me. So, and my scissors aren't worth 2 cents. So we won't use them. After it's cubed, you want to cut it in 4 pieces so you can roll it good. Somebody's going to get a bigger piece, and that's usually the whoever eats the most. The kids will want a small one, I'm sure. But I think that's good. Then we're going to, before we get started on that, I'm going to wash my hands. Like I said, it's really cold and dreary here today. I think those are looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I could do like my son and set my forks and things up there like he does, but just never did, so I guess I won't now. Okay, so now we're going to add in half of our cream of mushroom soup. I have a can of cream of mushroom. I'm going to put half of it in here now, and then I'm going to save the other half, and I'll use it later. And then, since I used a little more potato and everything, it sucked up everything, so we're going to use more cream of mushroom soup in it. You can tell the texture to whether you need more or less. I'm going to put 1 whole can in it right now, and then I'll have to have another can, and I'll use that in the other later. But I had probably a half a cup of carrots extra, and then I put the celery in it, and then I had probably 3/4 cup of potatoes. So I needed more broth and more juice, yumminess to bring it together with. Okay. Then I'm going to take my, I'll let that simmer here for a minute. And I'm going to take my meat, and I'm just going to salt and pepper it on both sides. Well, we don't use a lot of salt in our house, but I'm just going to salt one side of it. Turn it over and get the other side so it's all good all the way through. That, whoever gets that piece is going to get a big one. Okay. Okay, there you go. That is smelling so yummy. I need to wash my hands again. Okay. It's making a nice filling. He's jumping out. I'm putting right back in. Okay. I'm going to get my meat ready here. Get my pan sprayed. While that's simmering a little bit more. Thought I had everything ready, but I guess I didn't, did I? I don't need this right yet, but I will. Okay. All right. Now we're going to take this off the burner and set it over here. Doesn't that look yummy? It's so pretty with the carrots in there and the celery and potatoes, everything in there. And then I'm going to need another can of cream of mushroom soup. So let me get this here done and then I'll get that. I'm going to use a cast iron skillet because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to brown the meat, and I don't know. I'm going to wait and see. I may use the same skillet. What we're going to do now is we're going to stuff our beef. Okay. What we're going to do is make sure you see that. We're going to put our potatoes, our carrots, our soup, our dill, everything that we put in that skillet to simmer, we're going to put right here inside of our beef. This is something, if you want, you can do it the night before, have it ready for when you get home from work. Then you won't have so much to do. And of course it's going to squeeze out. I have to squeeze it right back in there. Gotta have it in there. Okay. Get another toothpick in there. You're just bringing the ends and everything together with your toothpick in hopes that you won't, that it won't fall apart on you. I'm going to go ahead and use my cast iron skillet for this. If I can open this. Here. I just want it to get nice and brown. You want the meat brown on all sides. If you have to do 4 sides, 3 sides, 2 sides, whatever. You want it nice and brown. So, and then I'm going to take another scoop and put it in here. This one I think is going to be rolled kind of funny because it's my husband loves cube steak, but I don't know if he would probably prefer mashed potatoes and all that with it. But tonight we're going to try it this way. I'm going to start these 2 pieces browning. Yeah, my pan's hot enough. Yep, hear it sizzling. There we go. And then I'll do the other two. Probably been better if I'd have flattened them out a little bit more. Now this piece was kind of split in the bottom part of it because it had a, don't forget when you take it out, make sure you get all the toothpicks out of it. And the size the bowl will fit. Okay, now this time we are going to take a can of diced tomatoes, and we're just going to pour that right in like that in there with our potatoes and everything. Now we're going to bring it all together in our skillet. I need some parsley, a bit of parsley to go in it. That's getting a nice brown crust on it, definitely. Okay. Now, like I said, I used more potatoes and carrots than it called for, so I'm having to use a little bit more cream of mushroom soup than it calls for. By probably a half a can, but that's okay. Now we're going to get this all stirred up in this skillet, like so. Now I'm going to do mine in the oven. If you're going to do it on top of the stove, what you would do is you would separate this and lay it in here, stir this every so often, and simmer it for an hour. And since I'm not going to be doing that, I'm going to put mine in the oven. I'm going to be doing mine in a bowl. See what a nice brown crust you can get on it. Nice brown crust on that, and that's what makes it so yummy. Now, I'm not going to waste what's in here. I'm going to add some of that to it. I don't want the grease that's in there. I just want the part that I can scrape off my skillet. There. That's what's so yummy. Okay, now set that aside. Okay. And that didn't take as long as I thought. So here we'll just, then after you get the meat all browned on all sides of it, get a nice little crusty brown on there. Separate it just a little bit in your pan if you've got enough room, and I do, so that you can get the rest of the stuffing and the rest of your cream of mushroom soup and everything in it. And we're going to just put that right in like so, and put that around it, kind of of trying to get some in around all of it. Now I'm going to bake this for an hour at 350. Okay. I'm going to set that in the oven now and let it bake for an hour, maybe less, I don't know. I'll check it and then I'll be back. Okay, I am back. Now I had this in the oven for 45 minutes, but I think that was long enough. Like I said, it depends on your oven. So, but it sure does smell good. Take the meat out. Kind of makes it nice because you've got the meat, you've got your sauce to put on it, and you've got extra potatoes and everything here in the sauce that you can add to it. Get your whole meal here in one pan. That smells so good. Okay, there we've got our meat out, and then I am going to take some of the sauce out. You can use this for extra stuffing if you would like some extra, or you can put it on top of the meat that's you're eating and just have it there, or a side of it, or whatever you want. But it sure is good. Oh, it smells so good. Clean up my bowl a little bit, clean up my mess. Okay, let's see what we have here with our meat. I'm gonna take one piece of this and cut it open. I think I'll get this large piece there if I can. It's really hot, so I don't know if I should, but then I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's see what the inside looks like. There we go. We have our meat all around, and then on the inside you have your potatoes and your carrots, and in my case your celery, because I put celery in mine. I know this is boiling hot, but I am going to taste it anyway. But that sure does look good. That is delicious. And all you need then is to add a little more of the stuffing that I have here. Plus, I added a can of tomatoes to this also. And some fresh oregano, and oh, that's delicious. I like that when I do the meat. Okay, anyway, that's my beef rolls, and I hope you'll try them. I guarantee you'll like them. Just cut them open, and you see all the yummy in there. I did that so I could get another bite. Okay, there we go. Appreciate y'all watching my video today. And try this recipe. You will love it. And you can look below. We'll have the recipe all posted down there with all the ingredients and everything. It's not hard to make. Make it up the night before and have the meat ready, and all you have to do is pop it in the oven, or you can stir it on top of the stove and simmer it that way. So anyway, I know you'll like it if you try it. So I appreciate everything today, and I just hope you have a wonderful week. Thanks for stopping in. So thank you bunches.